that Britain is building munitions or parts for tanks, etc. And, well, they're going to Russia. According to this article here I've been reading this had to be in the Sky News. This is British firms' exports are almost certainly bolstering Russia's war machine in Ukraine. Sky data analysis has found. Well, which might seem a little bit odd, but while we're talking about this, I'm going to be making a bird box. How about for chalk and cheese? Huh? It's a meal. That look a bit. No, let's put another light down there. That might help. There you go. Put another light on the mat. Well, I'm in the workshop. I've got the wood burner is going on over there, and I've got a few tools out, and I've already sort of like prepped up a few boards to make a bird box. Even put a hole in it. oh yes. No, it's not a glory hole. Okay, so according to this article here, it says here items including drone equipment and heavy machinery are being sent from the UK to countries such as Kurdistan, Armenia, and Uzbekistan, and they've been moved to Russia from there. So basically, their proxy. Now, I made a video about this before, short video about how the UK and the EU are sourcing fuel from places like India, and it's ending up here, even though Russia is the one supplying them. So Russia's supplying with fossil fuels and what have you, and we're still buying them. So much for sanctions. And also they're running in Russia. They currently got a dual trade system. So to skip the what do they call it now? It's like it's a dual layered import export system, and certain items get added onto the list. Let's move it up a bit, and then we're back. It's a bit awkward and hazy. So yeah. But while we talk about things like that, I want to talk about this as well. So we're going to be making this bird box, and I've cut a few bits and pieces out here. So we've got a backboard, I've got the sides, and we've got a front, and we've got a little roof and that here as well. And these are just bits of old Douglas fir offcuts from a job, and we'll be making them to a bird box where we're at it. So yeah, it's a bit shocking, really. You know, when you consider the British people are helping to finance Ukraine, what have you, regarding I think it's a bit of a fallacy in some ways, because we're sending all the old stuff, stuff that maybe should be replaced anyway. Some of these munitions we're sending over are like 20 years old. So I suppose that allows us to replenish our stocks. But so British companies they're exporting hundreds of millions of pounds of equipment and machinery, which almost certainly is ending up in Russia, undermining obviously the sanctions and bolstering Vladimir Putin's war machine, according to data analysis from Sky News. Yeah, I'm no fan of Sky News, but you know, if they're the ones that's done the actual analysis, well, then it's fair enough. The items, which include drone equipment, optical supplies, and heavy machinery, are being sent to countries in the Caucasus and Central Asia, including Kurdistan, Armenia, and Uzbekistan, and others, where they then understood to be forwarded to Russia. Now, how's this actually happened? Because isn't it blindingly obvious that was going to happen? It's obvious that Putin's going to do whatever he can to avoid the sanctions. It's not rocket science. It's almost like they've got a head in the sand, and they don't want anybody to work this out for themselves or accept that's happening. Well, they kind of got control of the media, haven't they? You look at Brexit and what have you. It barely gets spoken about. Okay, there's a lot about it at the moment regarding the farmers. Might get into a bit of that as well. I might have upset some farmers in my video yesterday regarding sod the farmers. Sod's a clump of earth. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, so I think I might provoke a few people. Not many, but a few. But it doesn't matter. In the day, I have very little sympathy for the farmers who voted for Brexit. I do for those who voted against it, because obviously they have got some common sense and they've got brain cells. Whereas those who voted for Brexit clearly have not. And now they've shot themselves in the foot. Now they've got a situation, haven't they, where it's very difficult for them to export and import the stuff that they need. And yet they seem very happy the fact that what's happened more recently regarding the imports, restrictions on imports, what have you, because they think it's going to help their local trade, within the country. And it will, obviously, that will to a degree, but it also hampers them from getting the inputs that they need. I mean, all very well, it's all very well, try to protect your market. But if that hampers your ability to actually provide the market, no one's really a winner, are they? It just becomes harder. So the numbers apparently show that despite the fall in the flow of goods to Russia, following the imposition of trade sanctions after its invasion of Ukraine, so I can't help but touch my beard. Ooh, got a beard. Ooh. I've never had it this long before. Never. Anyway, so following the imposition of trade sanctions after its invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago, large volumes of sensitive dual-use British goods still find their way to Moscow. Now, the analysis underlines the scale of Britain's participation in the shadow economy, which helps keep Russia's military supplied with parts and hardware for the weaponry it uses against Ukraine. Now, I think a war a bit like football. I never understood all this buying and selling of players and all that, if for instance, we've got a Norwich City team, because I'm from Norwich, they should all be from Norwich. And if we're shit, we're just shit, Simple as that, we're shit anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So, and it's the same with war, the military advantage. Why are we selling arms to the people that could use those arms against us? It doesn't make any sense. It does for the industry, obviously, because they get to sell more. But isn't it like kind of, like throwing a boomerang and it kind of whacking you around the flipping head? Doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. Anyway, let's get into the old chat and see who we've got here. Might need to get into the right channel first. There you go. Bring that down here, get that out of the way. Oh, I'm on my woodworking channel. I've got a woodworking channel, just in case you're wondering. Links are probably down below in the description. There we go. Oh, that one there. Let's have a look at the channel. All right. Because you say, apparently, I'm live. Come on, press the button, nothing's happening. I'm in food channel, there we go. So it's going to play. There we go. Pause that. Aha, that's better. Now I can see you. Who we got here? Oh, crap, I just pressed the button again. Come back, chat. There we go. It's on live chat. Good. Steve McCowan. Deja vu. Yeah, I'm still in there. Yeah, I was live on the other channel, my woodworking channel, earlier today, and Steve McCowan was there. I was just ripping the stuff out. Oh, hello, Lefty Boat. Hello, Lefty Boat. I hope you're well. And Mellow. Hello there. And Nick Young. Good evening, all. Hello. I should keep the boat if it would means a good means of... What? You sold your boat? Lefty Boat, you sold your boat? You had enough of the damp and the cold? Blimey. That was it was narrowboat, so I don't think it'd be much of a means of escape, because you're sort of like restricted by the locks, aren't you? You'll take that to sea, would you? God. Hello, Susan DeWitt. I hope you're well. Oh, how do you for health reasons? Oh, okay, I get you. It's probably because it's damp and stuff. And also, it's mobility as well on the boat isn't easy, is it? Because everything is cramped, isn't it? It's a boat, So, Jay, why did the evil chicken cross the road? To get to the dark side. Oh, yeah, Star Wars. There should be a trade ban on any country ending with Stan. Yeah, that would work. But we should be doing trade barriers with them anyway, shouldn't we? If they're supplying these arms to Russia, stuff that we're saying, we must know what's going on. Shouldn't we, if we're supplying stuff, all right, shouldn't you regard the military arms and equipment and stuff like that, shouldn't we know exactly where it's going? and what it's for. It just seems like madness to me. Hello, Janet Carpenter. Listening while working. Oh, well, I'm going back to the bird box as well while I'm doing this. I've already prepped everything up, so I hope there'll be no machinery noise. And I've also been making signs again today as well for a rewilding project. And this one's for Luis, and he's got 3 trees going in, and that's for 1 tree. So that's so far. There's no more over there we made for the rewilding project. In the spotlight, that source, Open Direct Democracy, Martin Williams and Peter Cohagen, 9th of June 2022. Tories have taken 62,000 from Russian-linked donors since the war. But that's okay then. But what about Jacob Rees-Mogg? The fact he's got major shares in a major media company in Russia. Why don't anyone talk about this stuff? Why is it okay? Why is it okay for Richie Sunak's missus to still be taking her dividends from Infosys while her husband is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, yet her father's business is still apparently operating in Russia? They said they shut everything down, but there's no evidence of that. Saying that, I could argue that what's going on here in France regarding Decathlon. There's a food store owned by the same, I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a food chain like a supermarket chain. So you've got Decathlon, Leroy Merlin, and this food chain. There's 3 major stores. They're still operating in Russia. They've refused to abide by the sanctions. Why didn't anyone say anything? What we're here in France as well, Why aren't they being sanctioned themselves? They're carrying on doing what they're doing. And now it's sort of calmed down now, you see. It was all like, up in the air, wasn't it, early days? And now people aren't quite so interested in it, and no one's really talking about this stuff. But they're still going on. These people are still ripping people off, and they're still, being unethical. What about the fact that Vladimir Putin's coming, the name of Volodya something or other, eldest daughter, she resides in the Netherlands with her husband. You're not trying to tell me they don't communicate. They have been sanctioned. That's as far as it goes, isn't it? Nothing really happens. This is what really frustrates me. It seems like it's all like just talk and just fluff around this topic, just to delay. To delay until the next dead cat gets thrown into the ring, and it's like, okay, we'll talk about that now, and everything is getting forgotten about. So Lindsay Hoyle caused World War III. Are you talking about the Gaza thing? Oh dear, Lindsay Hoyle. Oh, he likes animals though, so he isn't that bad. Okay, my hat, my Star Wars, my head be cold. It's cold in there at the moment. I just lit the wood burner up again because it went out. I've got that running at the moment, but that's going to take a while to heat this space, and it's starting to get icy. You see, it's like 20 past 10 here in my workshop, and it's a bit cold. But I thought it'd be nice for a chat. You citizen, hello, you too, hello, buddy. That was madness. David Caldo. Lindsay Hall calls, yeah. I haven't seen it yet, to be honest. I just read about it. But yeah, it did look quite funny. Joe Romero's was hidden by AllShorts. I didn't hide you. What? I have not hidden anyone. Did I accidentally do it? Unhide user on channel. I've unhid you. Phew. I accidentally, I don't know how I did it. I must have actually pressed buttons. Yeah, unhidden now. Oh yeah, I hid you, then unhid you. You hide me. I didn't do it on purpose. All right. God, it's not like an illegal invasion, Blame me. No, I didn't. I did, but not on purpose. It's my fat fingers. My skin's really dry. Hello, Regan. I hope you're well. Just popping in and say, keep up the great cheers, buddy. You've got a very stressful evening. You take care of it. It'll be good. And Ruth Guthrie, hello there. I put your tree went in yesterday and a sign. So I don't have I uploaded that video yet or not? I can't remember. I might have done. I might be on the other channel actually. So hello there. Okay, right. Where was I? So let's just bring that down over there. So flows of British goods to Russia itself have fallen, by 74% since the outbreak of the war. And for the imposition of the sanctions, the vast majority of exports are still flown to Russia of food, medical products, and other humanitarian items. I don't think we should be sending anything over there, food or anything. No. They'll have to find a way. Do you honestly think that they would do the same for us? Or anyone in the EU, what have you? No, of course they wouldn't. They'd want to strangle us. And that's the point of the sanctions. You've got to make things life difficult. Those figures imply that the sanctions regime have been incredibly successful, and indeed, they have, but, and the government spokesperson has said, they would do. We have implemented the most severe package of economic sanctions. Oh, Christ, the same old baloney. Whenever you read the end of an article and the government's response, it's the same old baloney. It's like Richie Sunak going on about flipping farming and all the things that they're going to be they've done for the farmers, like cripple them. That's what happens when you vote for Brexit for a start, and then you vote again for Boris Johnson because you think, because you like his fluffy hair. There's just no logic in that whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a sign of madness, I think, really, to fall into that trap. And they clearly weren't thinking. They show that while the UK exports to Russia have fallen sharply, the UK exports to a suite of former Soviet satellite states, from Uzbekistan to Georgia, have risen at an unprecedented rate. The British exports to Kurdistan, the small former Soviet satellite state, had risen at a breakneck rate of over 1,100%. And these exports are dominated by heavy machinery and vehicles, which can no longer be sent directly to Russia. So why haven't we stopped it? Will they now? It's just wrong. It makes us complicit. It's like all the aid that's going to Israel so they can carry on with their invasion of Gaza. I wonder if they're given a special name, like a special military operation. So they're cleverly getting an order from somewhere that is a Russian satellite that happens to be domiciled in one of these Central Asian countries, he said. So that we have the technology. Now, what happens then? Maybe there's a plausible deniability. If they got your gear, they got it. No matter whatever way they're getting it, they got it. They need to take more care over, how we're actually, where we're sending this stuff to. Someone's got to take responsibility. Are we allowing the industry just to send it to every Tom, Dick and Harry? So, oh God. Now, from the Western European and especially the EU side, I would say this has been going on for a while. It's been going on from the flipping beginning. It's been going on for about 2 years, at least. Anyway, why are we sending British military equipment abroad, just like the United States? Why are they doing it? Why are we arming those who might want to use that against us? It doesn't make any sense. Mark Drakeford has just said that Brexit votes to blame for the farm subsidy changes. Well, obviously, that's just like, thanks for that, Mark Drakeford. I'm happy that you've brought that up, but it's kind of, we already know that. Then again, people need to be reminded, to be fair, that they do. They need to be reminded of the mess that we're in. I mean, it's pretty darn serious, isn't it? Okay, bring it back up again. I've lost it now. Here we go. It's madness. It's just madness. Why are we doing this? Let's go back in the chat. Oh, it's all jumped up. There's more people now. More people. I've got 31 people here in my workshop. Someone buys Portuguese olive oil and sends it to Russia. It's about, it seems, 10 times more expensive than here, but someone buys it and sends it. I got you. I ain't got quite so much a problem with food. Although I don't think we should send them anything, personally. But why the hell are we sending military equipment to Russia? Not directly, I know, but we must know where the stuff goes. That's when the madness comes in for me. Why don't we know? Don't feel right. It really doesn't feel right. Lindsay, you should watch the early 1980s nuclear drama threads. Oh God. And the duck and cover. They get your mattress and all that, and hide behind the mattress or under the table. Get inside the fridge. Or was that? It wasn't Harrison Ford did that, didn't he? Oh. Back up again. Up we go. Globus still operates in Russia. And there's a group of people who stand out in front of one of the Prague, handing out information about their business dealings in Russia. Why does anyone say anything about Leroy Merlin's, what have you, and Decathlon and those sort of places? No. People become desensitised to it. Hello there, Andrew Evans. I hope you're well. I know you're welcome, Ruth. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Yeah, basically, what we do, as you probably already know, we're doing rewilding here, and we're planting trees and what have you. And Ruth has got a tree for a baby wren. So I made a sign, and also it's been put with the tree. Oh, we put the tree in the ground yesterday, actually. So yeah, it's about that tall. So you said about a year old sapling. So that's what you got. Westminster ignoring us again. What is Westminster ignoring you Scots? I'll tell you something though. Oh crikey, Jamie McNabbin, whatever his name is, the guy from Lockfin Languagesteins. For crikey, he's going to come down, he is. Yeah, we're all his mates and all their rotten shellfish, and they're going to dump it at Westminster. And all they did was drive around, get a parking fine or whatever it was, and then drive back again. What a cop-out. I was not very impressed. I'm sorry, I hope that isn't the Scottish way. You're never going to get in the EU that way, you know. No. It's all down to the English letters, makers. That, of course. Top Smoke, more for yes to independence after that shit show. Yeah, okay, I'm not surprised. You need independence for this lot, don't you? It's just unbelievably bad. Totally disrespected all the time. So, not already. Okay, back we come. Hungry people can't warmonger. No. Starve them. If we got to starve them, yeah. Hello there, Brian McGuire. Again, is it deja vu? Even mate. The USA pays for Starlink for Ukraine, and sure enough, Russian troops have been found with Starlink. Starlink, Elon has supplied. Yeah, Elon Musk has supplied them. They are. Oh crikey! They're getting accounts, Starlink satellite internet accounts via Saudi. And then it's been used in Ukraine by the Russians to help with their war effort, with their special military operation, as they like to call it. Drakeford made his statement in reply to opposition Tory farmer R.T. Davies. Oh, crikey, that geezer. R.T. Davies. Is it me, or is he an alcoholic? He's always like really red in the face, like all the toxins are trying to get out. He's just, yeah, he's not quite all the ticket, is he? R.T. Davies. Yeah, I know. I watched all that unfold. God, I need to see it now. I haven't seen it. I've been really busy. You talk about Stephen, SNP Stephen, I forgot his name now. It's been calling for that motion and long enough, and then gets swept aside. I would actually like to see him, the leader of S&P. I think he'd be brilliant. He's so sharp. If it wasn't him, Mari Black, but she stepped down, didn't she? So yeah, I would like to see him the leader, personally. I might be wrong. I'm not Scot, so what do I know? Yeah, I know. I watched all that unfold. I found out this week it's illegal to disrespect the vax in France. That is France. The vax, what, the vacuum cleaner? Vax. Nick Young, then now you know why Scotland wants to leave. I don't think you've got any choice. I'm English. I don't want you to leave. Obviously not. I understand why you need to, and I understand why it's become a must. So I support it, to be honest. But I wish it wasn't necessary. I find it really embarrassing. So when you watch that in PMQs and what have you, and you see what's going on, you think, God, Ben, is this really what we're about now? I do actually find... Hello, Casper Northern, I hope you're well. I do find it actually embarrassing. I really do. But I do what I need to do. I need to see what's happened, because I haven't... I read a little bit about it earlier, and that was the highlight of it. I thought, oh, my God, Ben, I need to... I thought that was quite interesting. But I was kind of a bit busy. So Lindsay Hoyle News. Not Lindsay Graham. Hoyle. Oh dear. Oh dear. More than 30 MPs apparently. This was only 32 minutes ago. Have signed a no confidence motion against Lindsay Hoyle. Oh dear, what have you done? Oh dear me. Is there a live one on that? I think that might be a live one. Let's have a look. Oh God. I haven't actually seen that, so. The Speaker apologises after chaotic common scenes over the Gaza ceasefire votes. I knew it was about that, but... Okay, the summary. The Speaker of the House of Commons apologises to the MPs following a fractious debate over Gaza ceasefire votes. Now, Lindsay Hoyle responds to complaints of his handling of the debate by saying he regrets how it ended up, as it was not my intention. MPs have approved a Labour Party call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. When do we have the power to dictate that? We can call for it. I don't understand. I don't get it. We can want it to happen, but, you know, Israel isn't necessarily going to do that. Netanyahu, whatever his name is. Netanyahu, I don't know. The call was an amendment to the motion put forward by SNP seeking an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Now, the SNP and Tory MPs earlier expressed their anger after Hoyle chose both the government and the Labour Party's amendments, breaking with convention. Now, the debate followed PMQs, during which PM Richie Sunak, oh, ain't me lucky, said calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza without a plan for a permanent solution was not in anyone's interest. I don't know what he knows, but there you go. So, oh, crikey, it goes on and on and on. God's sake. Oh, he says he wants to put things right. Oh, Lindsay Hoyle, he wants to put things right. Oh, dearie me. What on earth has he been doing? So he says, I've never met with Sue Gray today. I didn't bump into her today. I'm offended by that comment, and I think you would like to withdraw it. Okay, all right. And that is the danger that we've ended up with the House's speculation of not what the fact is, but what's factual. Is this about the same thing? Oh, this is to do with, oh, I see. Okay, get rid of that one. Right, so 8:10 this was. The Speaker returns to apologise. Okay, so Lindsay Hoyle's back in the House to respond to vocal complaints of his handling of his debate. Okay, blah, 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 blah. crikey. He really has upset some people, hasn't he? SNP MPs, including former leader Ian Blackford, can be seen in the doorway of the chamber. Oh, really? Gaza vote transformed into a protest vote about the Commons procedure. Oh, God. So, the current Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, was supposed to restore decorum and calm, and so far he's done that. Really, this is gonna rumble on. This is. So tonight we have packed the chamber. Furious MPs, furious they are, yeah. Confusion all around about procedure. And no sign of the Speaker himself and his deputy, poor woman, Dame Rosie Winterton, trying to fend off criticism and maintain order. Oh, crikey. He's done a runner. That's nice of him, isn't it? So the expected votes on Gaza have been replaced now by a protest vote about the Commons procedure instead. So this has been brought forward by the SNP as far as I can make out, I take it. And it got all taken over by this latest scandal. Was it done deliberately? Do you reckon it was on purpose? I won't be surprised. Don't want splinters, you know. Oh, that's a little roof. That'll be the bottom, and these will be the sides. So I don't need to do nothing with those. Or I just need to run the plane over that. So chaos in the Commons as SNP and Tory MPs walk out. So shortly before the walkout, the SNP's Brendan O'Hara said that the Commons had descended into an absolute chaos because of the decision of the Speaker. Sorry, I don't know, laugh or cry. The Speaker earlier today and demanded Lindsay Hoyle to return to the chamber. Oh dear. So they're not happy. Understandably so. So Deputy Speaker Rosie Winterton responds, Hoyle will be back in his place tomorrow, adding it looks so bad to the constituents when MPs are just shouting at each other. Oh, God's sake. It doesn't look good, does it? Let's be honest. It don't look good. But there again, that's what it's descended into, and that's British politics for you know. I wonder who you can blame for that one. It's got anything to do with Boris Johnson by any chance, is it? Maybe. Okay, so what is an opposition day? Yeah, what is an opposition day? The row in the House now centres on a very notion of opposition day. We've been talking a lot about the SNP motion tabled as part of the opposition day debate. So let us explain what the opposition day is. Oh, okay, all right. So the opposition day. All right, let's get close and personal. All right, the opposition day, or opposition days, in which the opposition parties, which are those not in government, like Labour and SNP and Lib Dems and so on, and Reform, choose the subjects debated in the House of Commons. Now, it's an opportunity for those not in government to hold debates in what they view as key issues. Now, there are 20 of these days each year. 17 of these are allocated to the official opposition party, which right now is obviously Labour. And the remaining 3 go to the next biggest party, which is currently the SNP. So today, SNP had the opportunity to set the agenda in the House, and they were scuppered. Now I really get it now. I understand why SNP are not very happy. Obviously, Steve, what have you, is obviously very unhappy. Yeah, and the Scottish people are going to be. All this does is strengthen the bid for Scottish independence, doesn't it? You know, the feeling towards it is going to be quite strong, very strong. It's even stronger now. Nothing like shooting yourself in the foot, isn't it? You know, if you want to hold the union together. I've learned something now. This is quite interesting. So there's 20 of these opposition days days each year, and 17 of these allocated to the official opposition party, which is Labour, and then the rest go to the others, hence the SNP. Well, oh dear. Blood, it must be boiling. It really must. This isn't going to go down well, is it? Not just within with the MPs themselves, but also with the rest of the Scottish people, those who may, I'm happy to be in the union, what have you, but they might say, hang on, and I see what the SNP are about. So the chaos of MPs argue over the claims that the Speaker was pressured. The chaos is MPs argue over claims that the Speaker was pressured. You're not going to pressure him. Lindsay Hill is not one to be pressured. And Conservative MP, Philip Davies, raises the claims that the senior Labour figures pressured the Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, to make the unusual decision to allow an opposition amendment to an opposition motion. So BBC's Newsnight's political editor posted the claim from senior Labour sources on social media early today, but added that the Speaker's office was later in touch to say the claim was not true. And Davies calls for they're always lying, aren't they? Davies calls for the Labour figure to be identified, and shouts of Sue Gray are made from the Conservative benches. This is just all bollocks, isn't it? It is, isn't it? It's just bollocks. So Deputy Speaker Rose Winterton says that the tweet is wrong and the statement is incorrect. Just to reassure, I can't imagine anyone's going to pressure Lindsay Hoyle. He's not to be pressured. He really isn't. I don't respect him. I preferred the last one. He hated Brexit. And he had bollocks to Brexit number plate on the Mrs. Car, on their Volvo. And he's extremely articulate. So, where is the Speaker? Oh dear. So Stephen Flynn, the SNP's Westminster leader, is demanding the Commons Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, return to the House of Commons to explain what happened. And he says that the Labour Party's amendment is carried, then the SNP vote will not be held. Whoa. A consequence, he says, Hoyle was warned would happen. Now, where on earth is the Speaker of the House of the Commons, and how do we bring him to his knees, to his house? Now to explain to the SNP why our views and our votes in this House are relevant to him. Well, it's like the when SNP got scuppered, didn't they, by Richie Sunak. It was something to do with trans issues, a bill that was going through. Was it shared spaces or something? I don't know. I can't remember now. It's just like, it feels like to me that Westminster's trying to curtail Scotland, like when you consider the refinery that's shutting down and what have you. Make it harder for Scotland to be independent. Do whatever they can to remove that ability, to make it harder, make it less appealing, get less support from the Scottish people, because the Scottish people obviously be worried about certain things, understandably so. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Back into the live chat. Is it going to refresh? Is it going to refresh? Come on, refresh. I'll click on that. No, let's just close that and open it again then. There we go. It's refreshed now. All right, I'll go too far up. All right. Oh, Spixie Cat. Hello there. Hoyle did the same as Jerry Hunt. Yes. Oh, blimey, yeah. If Blackfoot is in the doorway, nobody is getting through. Oh, crikey. I know he's a big guy, but he's a good guy. Things like sanctions can be put in place and refusal of supplying arms for starters. Yeah, but it's not happening, is that? It's getting past it. So Peter Boner is to sit on Hoyle's lap. Oh, God's sake, really? He's got his fucking girlfriend standing in for him, isn't he? Peter Boner? God, I can't, it's just, it's just one after that. There's just so many of them in there, in the Tories. Sex offenders. They're all at it. That and their golden showers. Calling for the ceasefire should bring about a discussion and an implementation of making it happen. Well, we can't implement anything. All we can do is put pressure on them. You know, we can say we're not going to supply you with anything. We should be doing that anyway. The United States is already sending them billions of pounds, so billions of dollars worth of munitions every year. You put a stop to it. Jacob Rees-Mogg for Speaker. Oh no. Can you imagine that? All been Latin. Oh dear. To put international pressure on Israel, yeah. It would do. If one started, another, like, you know. Oh, crikey. Bernie Sanders. He's pretty much working against all the military aid from the United States to Israel. He's doing his bit. I've got a lot of respect for Bernie Sanders. I really have. You know, because he's you know, considering his religion, what have you, and who he is, he's very much against it, isn't he? He's not supportive of it at all. I don't say how anyone could be supportive of it, to be honest, but there you go. It's not something I know much about, so it's hard for me to pass too many comments on it. I wouldn't want to either, because I feel uncomfortable about it, if it makes any sense. Oh, look, there's bits of wood. Right. So Jacob Rees-Mogg as Speaker. That sounds like a lovely idea. Yeah, why don't you suggest it? Right, so I'm going to drill some holes. Screw this together. I need a chisel. I guess I'll do. Do you feel a bit powerless when you see the imagery, what's going on, shared on social media regarding what's going on in Gaza and what have you, and you see all those kids and what have you, it's painful, isn't it? And we're not the ones actually suffering it, are we? I mean, we just see it, and you can't imagine it, can you? They're not the right screws. See what those ones do. I'll do. I thought I didn't pack screws a minute ago. Yeah, these do. Bum, 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 bum. Hang on, what's going on here? Come back. So. Agus mad hello there. Okay, what have you done? What's Chatty done? Is Chatty right here? I can't see him. No, don't become. Scrolling down I am. So the boy Lindsay oil has always been as useful as a chocolate teapot. We'll have a new one then, don't we? Like, you know, as useful as Richie Sunak. That'd be a new one, wouldn't it? Because he's pretty fucking useless. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm making a bird box. Got so many to make. I could really do a batch of them, but that involves buying wood. I'm having to use all my offcuts and stuff and scraps I've got laying about to make these bird boxes. And it's you can't batch it that way. I want to make about 60 of them, you see. I've done about 20, so another 40. Time's pressing on, you say, because I should have trimmed that one. We will do that in a minute. Do. All right. So far, so good. Where's my pencil gone? Oh, what have I done with my pencil? So there will have to be a mandatory review and a proper vote on S&P only motion. Ian Duncan Smith even believes it should happen. Blimey. See, Ian Duncan Smith has even said that. That surprises me. Was he picking his nose when he said it? I won't be surprised, you know. Right. Okay. Wrong drill. Right, so you forgot the DUP in my part. Oh, crikey! I don't want to think about the DUP. Arlene Foster. Oh my God. She's not someone you want to meet on a dark night. No. She reminds me of that Quaid geezer. Not Dennis Quaid, the other one. The one who blew up the alien spaceship. She's a frightening woman. And she had scandal, didn't she? A scandal with the pellets. I think she get from Canada or somewhere. Big old scandal. It's like all these things. They get all these scandals. If it was just ordinary folk who did this stuff, you'd end up in jail, wouldn't you? You know? And these people, they just get away with it. They just do whatever they want to do. You know, break the law or, you know, just outright horrible people anyway. But they get away with it. Nothing happens. It is so blooming annoying and frustrating. And you get somebody who might, I don't know, stole a pack of sandwiches or something from a shop and they end up being reprimanded. They get repeat offenders and, you know, end up doing it again and end up going in jail. Because they're starving. Where's the morality, you know? And yet these people are stealing millions and millions of taxpayers' pounds. You know, look at Michelle Mone. Why isn't she blooming locked up yet? Doesn't look like she's going to be either, does it? Which is just, it's just wrong. That made me jump. Where's my phone gone? I just put this on top of my phone. Oh, it's there. Hey, Aston Care. Hello there. He's been a member for 8 months. Crikey, is that long? Stop the grey super chat. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, that's excellent. I can go towards some more wood so we can make some more bird boxes probably. So that literally is just going to go on there. It's very simple. It's very simple, it is. A little bit of an overhang so that water can run off. And then we'll have this little roof on there as well. It's nothing complicated. Don't need to be. And all I do is with the bottom, I just unscrew the bottom before I clean them out. I've got a couple of screws there, screw it to the wall tree or whatever. Make it that far. I need to level that off. Where's that going? Ooh, I'll be going against it. Oh, damn. I'll be going the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Put Arlene Foster in the Cowden beef on constant loop on BBC. Oh no, I'll soon have independence. Tops, mate, you're quite a naughty boy, really, aren't you? And no, we're not doing anti-vaxxing, by the way. I'm gonna have to add anti-vaxxing trigger words to my list of words that get blocked. See, that is too far over. Let's move that over, squeeze up. So, okay. Michelle is laughing all the way to the bank and beyond. Well, she can't get to the bank at the moment because apparently she's had her bank account frozen. About £70 million worth of stuff has been frozen. I need to put a bit of wood across there. There's a bit of split in there. I'll open up in time. Wait a bit. That'll do. That'll do. I'll stick that underneath the lid. I'll sort of walk in as well at the same time. So, but these people are foul. I just find it. Well, I find it amazing that people still support these criminals, because that's pretty much what they are. And it goes on again. You know, it's not going to stop, is it? We're still going to be having another scandal, and another one, then another one. It's not going to, it's going to carry on. You know, while these people feel they can get away with it, or just, get a light sentence, in a sense, a little slap the wrists. They're not going to go to jail over it. We're talking about serious fraud, aren't we? Really? No, they're not going to go to jail. They might get their stuff taken away. They should be in prison. For Christ's sake, they lock people up for wearing an orange t-shirt. You know? The madness in that. How is that okay, you know? Put a clamp on that. Do. This is all the stuff going on. Like, we were talking about the munitions earlier, end up in Russia from the UK. You know, somebody's profiting. You know, this is just all the only thing they care about is business and making that sale. That's all they're interested in. And while they get away with it, it will carry on. Oh, what a lovely noise. That's right near the microphone as well, wasn't it? But enjoyed that. I do apologise. Oh, what a short screw in that. What a shorter screw? Do you want a shorter screw? Blimey, that's what she said. Right. Can't help myself. Right, I'll just put that in there. Do. That one in there. Right. Right, and that's going to go on there. Blimey. Oh no, we just put oh yeah, that's better. Gingers, just finished work and now I have to walk and feed my dog. Back shortly. Okie dokie. A shorter screw, yeah. I was talking about that kind of screw, okay? Yeah, not that sort of screw, you dirty old devil, you. Good and bin it. Oh, as useful as a marshmallow sword in a dragon fight. How about, I don't know, it's useful as an ashtray on a motorbike. Oh, crikey. Have you seen all these little video clips from Richie Sunak regarding farming and all the things that he says he's done? It's so crikey, he's so cheesy, embarrassing to watch. Does he actually watch his videos, little clips? Does he watch them before he send them out? But I don't know if anyone saw when he's meeting a mayor. I don't know which one it is, but he was meeting the mayor, and he's in such chaos and hurry. It was like he's bossy, just to get this photo shoot done. Makes me wonder what people think of us, you know. I know what they think about us in the Czech Republic. 'Steve McGowan. 'Cause 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 'Steve McGowan. I could just nail this together with the air nail really, but at least I can take it apart if I want to. If a bird gets stuck. I'm just hoping we can get some birds into the my bird box at the front of the house where the camera's in. We should be able to. I've had quite a lot of luck with getting birds in bird boxes. I have a lot of luck getting birds, you know. I know you won't believe that. I'll clean that with sand later a bit. Oh, we've got a lid. There's a lid. Before we put that on, though, I'm going to put we need a little perch for the bird. Hello, Peter. Hope you well. As useful as a marshmallow sword in a dragon fight. Don't fight us, dragons. It's on our flag. I see what happened to Gardens Joe a minute ago. It's so easy to touch it just pops up, and then I might accidentally touched it again, and then hit him. Oh God, Peter's just calming down after Waste Monster today. Chilling out with Marcus. I don't know if you can call this woodwork, can you? It's just like wood bodging, I suppose. I've got an axe. All right, I'm going to try and keep my fingers. I've got a stick. What am I going to do with my stick? Right. I want a block of wood, really. I need a block of wood. I need something to bash onto. Normally I use my thing over here, but let's do. That will do. I've got to put a pointy. I need a pointy wood. Okay, we've got to have a pointy wood, we have. Da, 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 da. Yes, it's a stick. It's going to be a perch. And the hole is the right size for a great tit. So, just about the right size for Richie Sunak then, isn't it? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, let's grab a spade bit. What size is that drink? Oh, about half-inch spade bit, 12 mil, 12.7 mil even. Oh, blimey. All that do. I think my fire's still alight. It's a bit warmer than it was. Right. We're nearly there, then we'll get back to the... got a few other things I want to talk about. Will it go in there? Will it go in? Oh, just about. Oh, what a sound. Is that long enough? Oh, it's like Pinocchio. It's like a Tory politician. Let's chop it off. Stick an extra bit on there as well. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm squishing my phone again. Crikey, what am I like? All right. Right, let's put the lid on. I'll tell you what, we'll screw that on there as well, like that. Sort of smiley face then. Extra little perch. That could be the learning perch for the other little birdies that are trying to learn to fly. Do, 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 do. Right, screw that on there. There's plenty of overhang, that's good. Right, so nearly done. Oh, bugger. Dropping screws everywhere now. Hopefully that'll be Michelle Moan in prison. Do, 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 do. Right. Alright, there's another one. Another one bites the dust. Another little bird box. Oh, ain't that cute? I'll write somebody's name on there, maybe. Couple of holes. Got to be able to screw it up. Right, it's on there. There you go. Another bird box. As you know, we're doing a rewilding here. I know it's a bit off topic, but it's kind of what we're doing. And we're making the signs that to go with the trees and that as well. I've got quite a few to do now, actually. I'm still trying to sort of flip laser. I've got laser printer, laser engraver. And it's a good tool, but it doesn't work. There's a problem with it. So I'll be using that for the signs later. Once I get that. It seems to be building up static, which sounds a bit strange. That's literally what's happening. It's actually got too much static. So it's a bit of a pain. So what you're saying? Richie's nose. How about that long? It's just, he's certainly lying to the farmers at the moment, saying all the stuff that he's done. You need to make a Makita drill chuck. You need a Makita drill chuck. They don't slip, but this one didn't use to slip. It's worn up, basically. Yeah. The other thing about the drill bits now, if you they get polished off on here. So you just put it over onto the linisher over there and just buff it up a bit. All chucks give up. Yeah, especially that sort of chuck gives up after a while. Nick Young, agree. Oh, Mosclodden. Mosclodden. Okay, scrolling up. EU citizen says, Brian, I think that they would wonder that most people think positive about the English. Well, here it is here in Germany. I think a lot of people do, don't they? I don't know about the Spanish at the moment. They're quite They've had enough of English tourists. They're doing more. I've done a few videos about that. They're doing more now regarding making it harder for English people to visit Spain, especially in the in the islands, what have you. Small developments on that. Putin peed his pants with laughter at the UK. Okay. Well, I suppose he must be, because he's getting away with, he is getting away with murder, isn't he? I think that most English people would be surprised about what many people in Europe think about the English, or should I say they don't? Yeah, it varies. I've had fairly good relationships with French people here, so I'm not that worried. You're going to get that, aren't you? You know, wherever you are, but you get the same thing, and with your neighbours and what have you in England. You don't get on with everybody, no matter what race or creed they are. Not everybody gets me anyway, so it's kind of like, S&P scuppered again, plus much more. Yeah, that's very true. I've seen a magic tree. I've seen a magic tree on a bike handlebar on a charity run. Are you talking about one of them magic tree air fresheners? What would you have on the bike? We got a limerick. Okay, we got a limerick. All right. There was once. I better read it first, knowing you. Right, hang on. I don't get it. Sorry, don't get it. Did I miss something? Is it worth checking? Did they vote for a ceasefire or against? They're kind of like opposing each other, weren't they? It didn't happen in the end anyway, did it? Always a good idea, and I was not near a computer so far, so I haven't really followed up. Same here, I've been out in the garden doing stuff here, so I haven't really... I've been trying to... Marcus is using this bit. This is my favourite chisel. That's what I always go for, this chisel, and this is my Robert Sorby bevel edge chisel. It's very, very old. I've had it for many, many years. It needs a bit of TLC. It needs a new ferrule because it's split. It's taken on moisture in this damp workshop, and it's expanded and split the brass ferrules. You need to put brass ferrule on there. The handle's not original. The ferrule's original, but the handle's one I made ages ago. So that needs replacing. But it's such a nice chisel, and you get a really good edge on it. Sharp. You can shave with an edge. It's a little bit. We'll probably do a bit of TLC at the moment, but it's good chisel, good steel. Old tools are great. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. Up we come. A camera to film the great tits. I have done that. Yes, I've got a bird box with a camera in it, and I'm going to be streaming that on my rewilding channel. As long as I get a bird in it. That went up. I actually fixed it on the wall 2 weeks ago, though. A week ago. Yeah, so there won't be a bird in it yet. It's too early. But they will be thinking about nesting soon. When they start getting a bit freaky, a bit jiggy with it, when they get a bit frisky. And, a bit of bird rape, but just kind of what they do, isn't it? The birdies. They don't look like they kind of... they oblige, especially the chickens. Have you seen the chickens when they're going for it? That flipping cockerel. They get the flipping beak, don't they? The back of the neck of the little chicken. Hold it down, they do. And the little strange vacuum cleaner hose thingy comes out, and they do their thing. Yeah, it's weird. And the ducks, just the same. Oh, the ducks are worse, actually. Crikey. We had Muscovy ducks, is what we used to have, until the foxes got them. And Elvis, one of our Muscovies, crikey. He was a great character, but he was had a bit heavy-handed, he was. Yeah. I'm sure he said to me once, they like a bit rough, they do. Yeah. Vicious. They lose all the feathers in the back of the neck when they're getting frisky. Mickey Chuck. Biddy MacBird in the box before you drill down the roof. What? Biddy MacBird? What's that? What's a MacBird? A Biddy MacBird box. Oh, I see. I know what you mean. Well, I've made open bird boxes as well, because, like, for instance, the robins and whatever, they generally have an open box for them. But for the great tits, the blue tits, and other small birds, they tend to, you have to do the size. So the hole in there is 28 mils. That's for a great tit. If I did 25 mil, I'd say it's for a blue tit. Another thing you've got to watch out for, if you ever make one yourself, you've got to make sure you've got at least 4 inches from the hole to the floor. Ideally a little bit further. And the reason for that is if any other predator birds come along with a beak, they're in there and they can jab at the eggs, you see. You know. Yeah, so you've got to make sure they can't get the head in there properly. Stop the greed. My neck got knackered. I'm back. Oh, crikey, your neck or your net. The birds have probably seen on TikTok how to avoid bird boxes with cameras by now. I've got a flipping TIE fighter out there, a bird box, and that gets birds in it. So I had 2 lots in there last year, nesting. Hitler used to pee in his niece's underpants. Did you just make that up? They use that tool for Tories' lobotomy surgeries. Please, I'd be the first in line. But first, because I just sand that flipping nose back of the Richie Sunaks, you know, and the Tories in general. Well, they're going to be completely out of scuppered. They'll be lucky to get 80 seats the way they're going. Trump thinks he's evils. Oh, Trump thinks he's evils, or who's evils? Trump is evil. Flipping out. Why are people still supporting this man? He's a sex offender. You know? There he was, you know, doing old jollies with Epstein and what have you, weren't he? You know? Along with, Prince Andrew. They'll take a long time to arrive. Oh, customs are a bitch. I would be, yes, that ain't easy. Make an X-Wing bird box. I ain't done that one yet. I could do that. The force will be strong in that one, of course. When you see an angry fist in the air, Marcus, run. What? You've got to put the bird in the box before you draw the roof down. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm not in that one though. That's just an ordinary bird box. I've already got it all wired up, ready to go. I have shown it in my videos actually, but it's probably dark because you can't see in there. At night when I make like my live streams, I've showed it, but you can't see because it's like black. But it's got little windows in it to keep it lit during the day. And basically, I've got a camera mounted in the roof of it, shining down on the birds. Oh, that it is top smoke, 12.7 mil. That is the half an inch. All right, up we go. What's the time? My God, it's 20 past 11. Didn't realise how late it was. Right, what? Just want to look at one more thing here. Right, it says that. So I've got car insurance going through the roof. That's gone up here a bit as well, to be honest. I don't think it's gone as much as the UK though. I don't know what you're paying for your car insurance at the moment. I know electric car insurance it's really expensive, isn't it? So okay, Minette Batty-Batters, right now she's the leader of the National Farmers Union in the UK. Now I don't remember when the Scottish Farmers Union mentioned Brexit and blamed Brexit. That was cut out on the BBC broadcast. It was, which is a bit naughty. We know what they did, but they know what to talk about. So the leader of Britain's Farming Union has said that there's still no plan. There is no plan because there isn't a plan to be had for food production in the UK. No. You're too reliant on imports. Your tractors, everything is all imported. Do we actually build a tractor in the UK? Don't think so. Wiltshire farmer Minette Batty-Batters is retiring after 6 years as president of the NFU. She's probably had enough. Oh, so she's retiring. Okay, so she's going to hand the baton on to somebody else. In the time that she's been she has negotiated with the government to create support for farmers after Britain left the EU. It's a pity she didn't actually campaign against leaving the EU in good time. She did it last minute. She said, "Oh, maybe it's a good idea that we stayed in." You know? Crikey. She's as much good as Victoria Prentice. But 4 years after Brexit, she said farmers are still not able to produce food sustainably and produce more of it. So 10 years ago, Minette Batty Batters left her beef and arable farm in the small village of downtown South Salisbury to become the deputy president of the National Farmers Union. So she's gone through obviously COVID and all that lark as well. She's had quite a lot to deal with, I suppose. But where was she when she should have been? You know, she'd have known the consequences of leaving. I don't understand how anyone could have known. I don't understand how the farmers didn't know. It really bugs me. How do you not know your own industry? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's been an earthquake for the farming policy, one farmer told me, who Padfield runs 170 dairy cows near Bath, Somerset, and makes their milk into Bath soft cheese. We use bath water or something. Bath soft cheese. Are they like bath bombs? Like cheesy bath bombs? His farm is a success and his cheese wins multiple awards. But like all farmers, government support and the detail of food regulation is crucial to his business. He said that when we left the EU, we were tearing up what farmers were dependent upon. It doesn't sound like he was somebody who was supporting Brexit. Now, I had a comment on my yesterday's video, comment today, where someone's going on, we haven't properly left the EU. It's quite a long comment as well, actually, after I responded. And it was, oh, God, just full of bullshit. And basically said, well, you do realise that they aren't EU laws. They're now British laws. They're rolled over into British law. You don't have any of it. The EU has still got their clutches on us, they have. Do you realise that the European Union, okay, regarding their budget, 40% of the EU's budget went to the agricultural sector, to protect the agricultural sector, to support the farmers, to provide zero interest rates for machinery loans and buying a tractor, what have you. They pay no interest on it. You know, it's. Don't they see all this stuff? Did they honestly believe that the government, the British government, would do something about it? Westminster would do something about it. They'd protect them, would fill that gap, that void. The fact of the matter is, though, the people that they were listening to were not in charge. It's just snake oil salesmen such as Nigel Farage. Yet they listened to it. What? As though it was gospel. They were listening to Boris Johnson. He wasn't the Prime Minister at the time. No. Listen to Michael Gove. None of these people had a clue. They were not going to be the policy and the decision makers. Besides, what could we really do other than follow what the EU would accept? So where was the NFU, the Farmers Union? They were nowhere to be seen. They were sitting on the fence because they knew that the majority of the farmers were keen on Brexit. And they didn't want the backslash. They were all meeting up in big groups and that, campaigning for Brexit. Not all of them, obviously. You know, many of them thought, hang on, this ain't a great idea. They had some sense. It didn't help them, though, did it? So new regulations are still taking shape instead of the European Common Agricultural Policy. And British farmers will live by the Environmental Land Management System. Oh dear, the ELMS. And there is a complex range of subsidies for looking after wildlife, increasing biodiversity, etc., etc., etc. That's all of it. I'm all up for that. I think it's a great idea, doing anything to do with rewilding and what have you, providing habitats. I think that's absolutely brilliant. But we've got to get our food from somewhere, and importing the food instead of growing the food makes no sense to me whatsoever. It just doesn't. We're just offshoring our carbon footprint. In fact, we're increasing our carbon footprint because we've got to travel further. Oh, so anyway, Liz Webster from Save British Farming. She's got family farms in Wiltshire, and they farm beef cattle. Now, I speak sometimes on Twitter, actually. And she's started quite a few videos about the farming sector and what have you. She's very defensive, though, regarding the farmers in the sense of that, they didn't, about voting for Brexit and stuff like that, like they've been lied to. I don't buy that argument. I'm sorry, but when it's like in the comments of the video yesterday, the amount of people saying, "Oh, but they were lied to, they were lied to, lied to, we were lied to, or they were lied to." You wanted it to be true. You wanted it to be true. Didn't care about the consequences for everybody else. You didn't care what this would mean for those who've decided to reside in the UK and now been shipped back to the EU, been stopped at the border just because they've visited their family, but haven't they come back and they've been told their passport or their stuff is no longer valid, it's void. Brexit ripped families apart through the turmoil of Brexit, the vote itself, the referendum vote, and it's still doing that. Now, anyway, she's the this website is the co-founder of Save British Farming, and she urges more direct action and tough negotiating tactics. There is no tough negotiating tactics. To have a negotiating tactic, or to be tough about it, you need to have something that you can barter with. You need a bigger stick. Otherwise, you're the one being beaten. That's just how it is. Why is it that we can't negotiate a trade deal with the United States? It's because we're now small fry. Our GDP is too small in relationship to the United States. Our population is too small in relationship to the United States. We have more to gain with a trade deal with the United States than the United States has with us. So for them, where's the level playing field? Unless we've really got something that they really, really want or need, we ain't going to see a suitable trade deal. It just isn't going to happen. Not with the United States, anyway. So she recalls on one meeting with Minette Batters, I call it Batty Batters because it's Batty, not doing anything about it, that she had with Boris Johnson, who was then the Prime Minister. And she said she was astonished that Minette believed him. So that's the problem, isn't it? They're Tories, that's what it is. She believed Boris Johnson. She believed Boris Johnson when he said he would die before he harmed farming. Just like he'd lay in front of a bulldozer. I wish I had been there. We needed more of a fight, a call to arms. And that never happened. No. She failed the farmers. And the farmers, you know what, that scene again, isn't it? I've mentioned this before. That scene in the film Gladiator. Russell Crowe might have you. When that senator says, he'll bring them death and they'll love him for it. And that's just like her, really, being inactive, being neutral. She could have actually gone a long way to convince the farmers, or at least explain to them exactly what would happen. I'm sure she must have known. People like Boris Johnson, I don't understand the thing of it. Why do people believe characters like Boris Johnson when he's a no liar, a charlatan? He has always been that. And what is about these people? Actually, I'll tell you what it is. My brother-in-law is a grifter. All right? He's a right flipping grifter. He's likeable, really likeable. You meet him, have you think he's the greatest guy, in the world and all that, until you get to know him and you know what he's really about. He's grifting you. He don't care who you are. He's grifting you. And that's what Boris Johnson's doing. He's grifting. To get his own way. To fill his own coffers. So Minette Batters continues to be quiet. Steely diplomacy when Rishi Sunak came to her you can remember she recently had this meeting, didn't he? In a few conference as president, she smiled, shook his hand, and patted him on the back. But there's a challenge there, nothing less. Nonetheless, there's a challenge there nonetheless. She told the BBC, farmers really want to know what the plan for food production is. A lot of time has been wasted in politics. There's no decision making, is there? It's just bitching. Well, there hasn't been much going on really in Parliament, as apart from policies passed that really steal your rights, your ability to protest. A lot of time has been wasted in politics, and I've worked with 6 secretaries of state, focusing on the general election. The question now is this: what is every party's plan for sustainable food production? We haven't been food security. We haven't had that for 200 years in the UK. Well, the UK, but yeah. Oh, crikey! It's my dear missus. Oh, my crikey! What are you wearing? Come, let me see what you're wearing, darling. No, come here, my darling. Oh, here, go. They want to see you. She looks like an Ewok. She's wearing one of them big snook things. Keep you warm, don't they? You go to bed. That's about right. There's me.
I didn't say I'm going to bed. I said, how long are you going to be?
Oh, how long are you going to be? Not long now. Not long now. I made the bird box down. Are you shy? But you look lovely. You look like that. I can't remember that creature's called now. The one on Star Wars: New Hope, when Luke Skywalker is kept warm inside that. I can't remember the name of that creature now. Yeah, the thing they ride. You look like you're wearing that. But she won't show you. I might have to turn the camera around. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'll turn it off in a minute. I've got to clear up in a minute anyway. Oh, damn. Anyway, let's back to the chat. I can see it spinning up over there. So I'll have see what's going on. Oh, it's updating. We've got 32 people there still. Behind me. Only just, but we have. I'm back to chat. Right. Oh, fart-free meat. Fart-free meat. They belch, don't they, the cows? So they give off all the CO2 and that. A chocolate starfish tax. If you don't know, it's a reference for if you're you know, burning with your fire and all that, but a chocolate one. Okay, up it come. See what he's saying. Got no date stamps on it at the moment. Farage has a lot to answer to. Yeah, he's knobby, and he has got a lot to answer to. Answer to. But these people will never be drawn over the coals. They'd just ride it out, wouldn't they? He's got a lot of following, hasn't he, still? I don't know why, but people love him still. I don't get it. It fell for him, didn't he? That's when he took his shirt off, I reckon, on GB News. He's dancing to Right Said Fred. God's sake. I'm warning him, and he ain't listening. Beware of the cliffs of Dover. Don't do it. All right, up we come. They use that tool for Tories. The bottom, it'll done it too far up there. Read the other comment. I said, the farmers are coming for you. In the fishermen ships. Probably. Yeah, I'm upsetting the farmers now because I find it really hard to have any sympathy for... I don't have a huge amount of sympathy for farmers anyway because they're destroying the land. And I know we've got to grow food and that, but we need more sustainable methods. And over farming, intensive farming, literally destroys the structure of the soil. And it's stupid. There's no foresight in that whatsoever. And we're growing food without all the minerals that we need anyway. It's just food being grown with chemical fertilizers. They don't add minerals into the soil. Once they're gone, they're gone. So because it doesn't make the plants grow. All they care is what they look like. And not what about the nutritional value. You know, to me it feels a bit silly. A tractor port. Oh, lovely. Got one of them. I'm okay. What are we not listening? I can't see it. I'm working on a mobile phone. I've got 2 phones. I've got that one over there. And then I've got this one over here. Marcus, my friend's got birds flying inside the house. You should try it. Well, we quite often have hirondelles. Yeah, housemartins in the house. And they sit on top of the dresser. Look, hang on, last year we made a nest there and now it's disappeared. Add Kofi to that idea and, oh my God, and it becomes an abomination. Well, Kofi and turnips. Somebody mentioned that earlier today about tomatoes and stuff like that. It makes more sense to import them because if you're trying to heat the greenhouses and stuff, it makes sense to import tomatoes. But should we be doing what Kofi said? She said we've got to eat seasonally. We're eating turnips, she said. She says a lot of things. Something about the wind coming from the east and that as well. Of course, the UK is still following EU rules. Yeah, well, yeah, it's called the Brussels effect. And businesses all around the world produce according to EU rules, since they are the strictest in the world usually. Yeah, well, you've got the EU safety standards, you've got the EU REACH, the largest chemical database. And even the United States complies with it. It just makes sense. If you want trade, it just makes sense. But they're not EU rules. It's just like, well, this person was talking about the rules as in the laws. We've got, EU laws. They were referring to the laws that were rolled over. But they did accept that they were rolled over their British law. It would be like Canada deciding to make trade with the USA more difficult. It'd make no sense whatsoever, would it? Especially Canada's very dependent on the USA on supplies and stuff like that. But to be fair, the USA actually buys a hell of a lot of stuff from Canada. Not a lot of plywood and stuff like that is made in Canada. A lot of sheet materials. Steve McGowan, what was Steve McGowan saying? British farmers don't want to stop using Roundup. There's controversy about that regarding the findings. It's obviously banned it, didn't they, in the EU? It looked like they could be allowed again. But talking about glyphosate 360 GL. I've got a sprayer certificate, by the way. I've got my PA6. Although I think I'd have to renew it if I was going to do it again. I don't think I would. On boom spray. Anyway, so because obviously there's connections there, wasn't there, regarding cancers and all sorts of stuff. But now they're saying it isn't. They're saying, I don't know. I can't remember. When did I read that? But several months ago now, that they think they might be wrong. But then again, you don't know who says these things, do you? It might be instigated from Monsanto or something. What happens to small economies wanting to trade with big economies next door? They imitate the largest economy to survive and haven't the business in the UK figured that one out. Yeah, it's just logic, isn't it? If I want to trade with, say, another company, and they've got all the customers, say for instance they've got 100% of the market, 99% of the market, and I've got 1% of the market, they're going to want something pretty serious from me to give me that extra little bit. Well, they'll just gobble it up, won't they? It doesn't make any sense. But people believed all this stuff, didn't they? They sucked it up, they did. They think that's wonderful. We can have our sovereignty. Nothing happened. No, we just lost the sovereignty. Someone's actually saying in the comments today as well, actually, about, I suppose you want to be ruled by more EU rules and stuff. They're going, and I think it might have been the same person, actually, in a different message, in a different comment. But anyway, we've actually got less sovereignty now than we had before because we haven't got a seat at the table. We can't actually influence those laws or new rules and stuff like that. We have no say. And now we've got, was it Theresa May was trying to organise an EU-UK defence pact. And it looks like they might try and revive it. A lot of money's been spent here on arms. France, for instance, is a big munitions manufacturer. But even Germany is I think they're up to 2%, aren't they, of GDP now? And they were way low, weren't they? So everyone here is increasing their spending. But can we keep up with Russia? Because they have got a real war going on at the moment, and the manufacturing of munitions in Russia is, well, quite frightening. But where are they getting all the stuff from to build this stuff, or key components so they can build the stuff? Well, it's coming from Britain. Some of it, obviously, come from Britain via Uzbekistan, Albania, places like that. Proxy countries. Up we go. So too far down. British farmers were able to make EU rules. They were part of it, yes. They did not, they just didn't obey. They lost this now. Yeah, it's just, there's that little thing about the debate. Oh, who voted for the MEP then? Who voted for them in Brussels? That's just because you didn't bother to vote. That means that you weren't allowed to, you know. No, people don't bother. People didn't understand. The largest or the biggest search term post Brexit was, the day after the referendum vote was, what is the EU? That just says it all, doesn't it? You know, when you got 52% of the people voted for Brexit, and a large portion of them didn't even understand what the European Union was about. A lot of them still don't. And it's the same with Donald Trump and stuff, you know. They're going on about, there's a young lad going about at the moment in the United States, interviewing Trump supporters, on the streets and what have you. And he's pretty clued up, this lad is, and he's asking sort of key questions about Donald Trump and stuff like that. And the court cases are going through at the moment, what have you. And they say it's all fake charges and stuff like that. And Biden's an illegitimate president. And then when the lad confronts him with the evidence, such as the recordings of Donald Trump, how he'd go about these documents, these secret documents and what have you. And they still won't have it. They just won't have any of it. It's just this gone so far down that rabbit hole. It's like they won't accept that they're wrong. And the same with Brexiters. They just won't accept that they were wrong. They made that decision and they find it very, very... They were so hard-line about Brexit, how wonderful it was going to be. And now we've got our freedom back and all that. And now they say, oh, we haven't got freedom. It's not worked because that wasn't a real Brexit, because obviously Richard Tice said so. Gemma Fort on... crikey, was it? What channel was that? Oh, anyway, Gemma Fort confronted Richard Tice the other day, which was quite interesting to see. He's such an idiot. He says the same old shit again and again and again. Brexit messed up your phone. Did it? Okay. Plus corrupt police. Yeah, they're about. Start. True, food in the UK is not nutritional. Isn't. Everything, well, a lot's been imported now, isn't it? So I can't obviously confirm that, but I won't be surprised that's all intensely farmed. You can't keep taking stuff out of the soil without putting it back in. See, the minerals now are one of the things that are really, really hard to put back into the soil. You can put the potassium and phosphorus and nitrogen back in quite easily, can't you? And that's basically what they do. But all the minerals, the stuff that we need, as in, well, your electrolytes and all that sort of stuff as well, and the different salts that we get out of our food, or should do, they ain't there. It's already been taken out of the soil. It's not been replaced. And that don't necessarily get replaced with organic matter either. You can't keep doing that. You have to put stuff back in. And me and Miss have been talking about this actually on a dog walk garden. In the olden days, when we didn't have supermarkets, they started popping up about when I was about 10, I suppose, in our area in Norwich. We had a Budgeons, and then that got bought. Built a new large supermarket on Blue Ball Road, and then it got sold to Tesco's, And the reason it got sold is he was very ill at the time, so he couldn't carry on with the business. Anyway, it got sold to Tesco's, and that was our first Tesco's that I know of in Norwich. That was several years ago, but our habits have changed. Whereas it was normal for us to go to the greengrocer and buy our veggies and stuff, which quite often was locally produced. Sometimes it's even from the allotments and what have you. And little market gardens and that, or you go to the farm stores and stuff like that. Now, everything, absolutely everything, even down to your car insurance and your mobile phones, you get them from the supermarkets. You don't get that here in France. You don't get a pharmacy. For a start, you won't get a pharmacy in the Tesco's, in a supermarket here in France. No, you have to go to a pharmacy. They're protected, and it's like a lot of the you can't even buy an aspirin in the supermarket. Here in France. So I have to admit that the paracetamol we get here is far superior. I mean, we get 1,000 milligram, and that stuff that works. I tell you, that really does work. But so my point was that we've changed the way that we live over periods of time, and this has actually not necessarily been our decision. It's been put upon us by the supermarkets, because the supermarkets have basically had a dominance, because obviously they can sell a bit cheap and what have you to below sensible prices, and as such push out all the greengrocers, what have you, all the corner stores, and they started disappearing one after the other. I remember walking back from school as a kid and what have you, and get the pack of polo mints from the co-op that happened to be on the corner of Thunder Lane. On the way home, walked home with mum and a load of friends. It used to be a bit of an event. But there was no supermarkets. And now the supermarkets have got such a hold on that industry. They've got such a hold on the farmers. Now, I don't think they have here in France to the same degree. Whereas, you see, I can remember that was last year or the year before, when a parsnip farmer in Norfolk, he had an order with Tesco's, and he got a fax come through or an email coming through from Tesco saying we no longer want it. So they produced all these turnips, grown all these turnips, harvested them all. There's a big heap of ready to be processed and put into the packets at the farm. And then you get this email saying we don't want them. All those, we're talking about some tonnage of turnips, but there's a lot. All now going at the time will end up being then ploughed back into the ground. How is that sustainable? Obviously, the farmers lost out, and also the environmental cost of that. All that stuff's going to turn to the ground, going to turn to methane gases, etc., etc., etc. So there's no carbon capture there, so it's just madness. The whole thing's madness, and I think we've definitely taken a turn for the worst, and this has been going on for decades now, isn't it? Ever since the supermarkets. The supermarkets have got too much power. We buy from them because it's cheap. It's cheaper than our local stores. Now, if I was to say, for instance, go onto Tesco's on here, or whatever, on mobile phone, and have a look at the prices of foodstuffs in the UK, well, I don't need to because I know what it is. You can't. How the hell do they grow or produce a cauliflower, for instance, for £100? Now, this time of year, cauliflower, actually, they come down now, but just before Christmas, cauliflower was around €4 plus for cauliflower. At the time, my daughter's telling me, because I eat quite a bit of cauliflower, just £100 for cauliflower. They come down now here in France, because that time of year, and then they're 180 now, 180, so it's a lot cheaper, but it fluctuates, depending on obviously the season and what have you. It makes a big difference. But food here is far more expensive. Anyone who lives here in France will know. They'll know I'm not peeing up your back. The food here is at least double what it costs, fresh food that is, what it costs in the UK. I'm not saying that's everything. I'm talking about fresh food, but we don't do this anymore. We don't cook real food. Okay, some people do, obviously. But as a majority, it seems like we buy things in packets and put them on an oven sheet and just heat them up, or put them in the fryer to heat it up. Maybe put some in the frying pan and heat it up. It, less people actually cook, not just heat food up that's already been cooked, and all you're doing is heating it up on a baking sheet. I think it's a crying shame. And that stuff's full of salt and crap and chemicals and God knows what else. For God's sake, they even put beaver anal gland juice in your ice cream. Lovely. What I've always wanted, wouldn't you say? God's sake. I can't remember what it's called though, but it's got a name. It's not. No, it's not called a taste of arse. Oh dear, lovely. Good night. Stop the greed. Take care. Stop the greed. Be good. Night, everyone. Cheers, Mark. You take care, friend. Never that, Andrews. You take care. I have to admit, it's getting late, isn't it? Is that right at the time? Oh yeah, it's 10 to 12. Blimey. Chat, you all stay safe and well. Have a great rest of this live. Greengrocers, got the greengrocers. I got the greengrocers, the butchers, and the other. How'd it go? The butchers. Oh, the butchers, the bakers, the candlestick makers. That's it. They're all gone. We were reminiscing over the stalls, the shops, and that used, the village stalls that used to be in Forbes St Andrew. They're all gone. Pretty much all of them are gone. Especially the old veggie store we used to go. That's gone. The chippy's still there, but it's now Chinese. They just all disappeared. Charity shops. We've got a lot more charity shops in Forbes St Andrew. Never used to be one there. It's a crying shame. I think it's a crying shame. Liz from Save British Farming said that they lost a lot of protection they had while the UK was still in the EU. So the farmers in the EU must still have better protection than those in the UK. Yeah. They're protesting for different reasons, Stupid reasons, some of it. Just ridiculous. If they're not protesting about the solar panels and wind turbines, they're protesting about something else. They're obviously protesting about pesticides and stuff. But the farmers here got too much power, too much money. They have. I'll tell you, there's just a lot of money. So I don't necessarily agree that they're that hard up. From what I can see, anyway, I'm a flipping farmer. Crikey. They have a lot of power, a lot of say, and they get a much better price for their food. So, when Jake Rees-Mogg was trying to make out that these are all caused by the EU because it's one policy or another regarding these, they've always striked. They have a strike season, A griff. I can't quite take this website. No, she's in the day. I quite like Liz in many ways. I like her tenacity. The fact that she won't give in. She'll carry on. She doesn't have much stage presence, to be honest, but I think she's a little bit, because she's a farmer herself. She's a beef farmer herself. I think she's very defensive. And at the end of the day, they voted for Brexit. Not she didn't, but a lot of the farmers voted for Brexit. And they were very vocal about it at the time. Aggressively vocal. It makes it very hard to have any sympathy when you might try to explain to people the reasons why it's not a good idea, and all they just hit you a load of, just nasty waffle. Castoreum, that's the one. You got it, castoreum. That's the beaver anal gland juice. Thank you. I can't believe someone read it. No. I'll be listing next. Yeah, human hair in your bread. Most farmers here have shotguns, same here, and flipping rifles. Actual rifles. It's like like the United States. Well, not quite, actually. Might be a slight exaggeration there. Those that gives an entire different meaning to eating beaver. Beaver ass ice cream. Oh, got me out. Yum yum. It's a flavour enhancer. I want to know how they do it. Have they all got in little cages with their little asses hanging out, and there they are, that's massaging the glands. It's crazy. You know, if you've got a dog, right, it's got a bit of a problem with its glands. You got to get there, do the old 10 to 2, and you get a bit of squeeze. You feel the gland, and then this horrible skunk-smelling yellow stuff with a few brown dotty bits in it comes out. Is that the same stuff? All right, the things you have to do if you've got a dog. Most people here go to the farmers markets for produce and the grocery stores for other goods. The thing is, you see, the prices you pay at the farmers markets here are very similar to what you'd be paying in supermarkets anyway, so why wouldn't you get decent stuff? Doesn't make any sense. It's like we have a Grand Fray, and the Grand Fray sells good quality veg, and the prices are very similar to the supermarkets. Sometimes they're cheaper. And it's just top notch. The quality of the veg is just it's fantastic. Early mornings and late nights. Oh crikey! Now one of my eyes are baggy. I'm getting baggy eyes. I noticed. Scrolling up. What have I missed? The thing that worries me is if there was more road in the Brexit fiasco, they should be announcing more and more deals. Yet the deals the UK had are expiring. That's very true. The rollover deals and stuff like that, they've got to keep renegotiating, keep them alive. Look what happened in Canada. They said, oh, sod you. And then there's Kevin Badnock lying to say it's an ongoing negotiation. No. The Canadians have said, no, we're not negotiating anything. There is no ongoing negotiation. She blatantly lied. This was just the other day. I think it was yesterday, actually. Oh. So, yeah. There isn't no plan B. If you look at the GDP and look at how it's... you look at the GDP and the actual the cost of product, the cost of production, it's narrowing. That's profit. That profit margin, that's the part of the company's... turnover, that chunk, that profit, is what part that'll be taken out to reinvest in that company. Well, if that gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, if you're going to be satisfying your shareholders, well then, quite frankly, there's going to be nothing to invest. Which probably means if they want to invest, they have to borrow more money. And when borrowing is not cheap, I just don't see how this can work. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. If you take money out of one hand and it's not replaced, who's going to put it there? You know, who's going to? We've got a massive gap in the finances, and now we're officially in a technical recession. It's just madness. It's just utter madness. And the thing that really frustrates me is that there aren't enough people speaking out about it, even though on the GB News poll. Was it 92% saying what would rejoin the EU on the GB News poll? That did make me tickle. Oh. And then they deleted it. They rapidly deleted it. Brexit, in most people's eyes, even those who voted for it, they're just, hang on. They're using the excuse that we're lied to, which is not an excuse at all. Well, they say, hang on, this ain't such a great idea, is it? It never was. It's a bit worse. If you say it now we know what the outcome is. No one can see the future. You didn't need to see the future. When you pull the rug out from somebody, well, then quite frankly, they're going to have a problem, aren't we? You know, look what we did. We cut off our ties with our closest trading partner. Obviously, it was going to be an issue. But... Why is that? Why are people arguing that? It doesn't make any sense. doesn't make any sense. Common sense is gone, and they're in their common sense. And then we've got Michael Gove failed to register hospitality with a donor whose firm he referred to the PPE contracts. Was it MedPro? Was it MedPro or was it a different one? Is it MedPro? Is it MedPro? Is it MedPro? Michelle Moans. Oh, I don't know if it is actually, no. So Michael Gove failed to register hospitality he enjoyed with the Conservative donor whose company he had recommended for a multi-million pound, pound personal protective equipment, PPE, contracts during the COVID pandemic. Now, while still Minister for the Cabinet Office, in August 2021, Gove was entered to the VIP hospitality at Queen's Park Rangers football match with David Mellor, whose fashion products company had been awarded £164 million in PPE contracts following Gove's referral in May 2020. God's sake. So MP's code of conduct requires them to register all gifts, over a value of £300, which this was. The spokesperson said Mr. Gove is grateful to The Guardian for bringing this up, bringing his attention to this matter. Oh, slimy git, isn't he? He's a right slimy git. Oh, God, they can bad or worse, they really do. Now, even Ruth Guthrie and EU Citizen, what would happen at the border? What would happen at the border if Scotland gained independence and want to rejoin the European Union? That's my only query. How would that work? Are we going to have scanners scanning the lorries, maybe, as Jake Rees-Mogg suggested? How would that work? I'm not convinced. Are we going to build a big wall? Build the wall. You've got to keep the English out. Oh dear. Hey, taste that. What is it? Tastes like ice cream. Ask Beaver, really? Yep, cheaper than real flavouring. It's like red food colouring was a cochineal, literally the cochineal beetle. It used to be, didn't it? I don't know if they use it anymore. The UK is in a recession for about 3 to 4 years, easy. I actually don't really think we really got out of recession. I think it was masked. I feel that the UK's recession was masked by the fact that we had ridiculously low interest rates for way too long, which gave us no room to move. 0.25% our interest rates were. That's ridiculously low. It should have been kept at around 2%. I think, anyway. I just think it's madness. The UK is in a recession, yes. Anal probes in the border of Scotland with England. Anal probes? What? How's that going to work? If still in the UK, they would have no option. The EU citizen as it was before. All EU countries have said that they would not block Scotland joining. Yeah, because they want the whiskey. Beaver berries and chocolate flake. Lovely. That's a good point, actually. I would like to be in a room where someone discovered the beaver arse gives the flavour to ice cream. How did they even come across it? That's a good point. How did they work out that beaver anal gland juice was a flavour enhancer for ice cream? Oh dear. I look back in history of the EU. I remember the French didn't want the British in. No, they didn't. Well, Charles de Gaulle, he voted against it. It was the second time we got in the month. I'm sure we will get to this point again in the British. Well, I think at some point we're going to rejoin, but I don't think it'll be in my lifetime. Might be tomorrow. My lifetime. Who knows? Blimey. Anyway, I'm freezing. My fire's gone out. I don't think I caught a light properly anyway, to be fair. So I'm going to call it a night because I'm absolutely freezing. I've got my coffee here, mind. I need to clear the mess up that I made. It's all over the floor. And I should really be getting some sleep. But hey, you know me. Oh, what's happened? Go away. Don't like that. Not you. That. All right, back into that. It's all over the floor. My voice is going. I should really be getting some sleep. But hey, you know me. Oh, what's happened? Go away. Don't like that. Not you. That. All right, back into that. Blimey. Anyway, I am going to go now. So thanks a lot for joining us today and what have you. And if you want, there's a GoFundMe link down below if you want to take part in our rewilding project where we're making lots of things like bird boxes, what have you. Making for the school, local school and that as well. So that's been quite cool. I was part the other day, so it's good. They've had 2 bird boxes out of me. Yeah, free. You just making for the kids to see because my grandchildren go there. And also the ones we're making here, but also the bat boxes, or bat roost, sorry. I made a big old owl roost as well. We'll make another one of those. We've got the little chouette owls, the little ones. I kind of call them tiny owls. And then what else? Obviously bird boxes, the insect houses we're making, all sorts of stuff. Just trying to create the habitat. It's all about the ecosystem as well, isn't it? Providing food and that. So we're putting not just the trees in the ground, we're also doing fruit bushes, fruit canes, bushes, climbers, rams, and what have you. So it provides food stuff for the animals and that. And we are most definitely encouraging the birds here. I think you've probably seen it actually in some of my videos in the past. But it's it's quite a nice project. But there's a GoFundMe link down below. Ruth Guthrie's already done. She's got a tree, and I've just put a tree in the ground yesterday with its sign. And I don't know if I put that video up yet. I've done a video of putting your sign in, so you see the tree. I am going to be logging. I was going to be doing geotagging the trees, but then we kind of talked about it and felt, hang on, isn't it a good idea? Because we could have anybody just turn up to our house, and they won't be fair on Caroline, especially I'm not here, because Caroline's very nervous, you see, so it won't be fair on us. So we're not going to do that. She doesn't want it, so I'll have to respect that. Really, it's not a very clever idea, is it? Not when you're doing YouTube and that, and you're giving too much information away. So, yeah. Like 1,000 geotags. It's where your tree is. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. There's a GoFundMe link down below. We've also got Patreon, buys coffee and stuff like that. If you want to support the channel, keep it going as long as I can. Well, keep my head above water. I will, because I've got the other channel as well. Oh yes, by the way, we've got the other channel, the woodworking channel, Wally Bra. Links will be down below in the description if they aren't already. And if it's on this video, it will be on the other videos. If you want to if you want to join us on our Wally Bra woodworking channel, and it's woodworking for everybody, just tips and tricks and stuff, how to do stuff. But there's no snobbery there. I don't want any snobbery or tool snobbery or anything like that, because that's just irritating. It's pathetic, actually. Sorry, but it is. If a tool does its job, that's what matters. That's all matters. And then we've got the rewilding channel as well. Links down below for that as well. And that will hopefully progress in time. It's only got, I think, about, I don't know how many subscribers got there now. Got a couple hundred on there, I think. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to say ta-ta. Actually, before I say ta-ta, let's just check, because I'll be very rude if I don't respond to people. I'm not away yet, but night or take care, Ruth. Don't let the Brexit bugs bite. No, try not to. It does get to me. I have to admit to you, it does get to me. They already have. Says Ruth. Oh, the Brexit bugs are getting you, are they, Ruth? Oh, the nibbling. Believe me. Thanks, Pete Dance. And thanks for moderating, mate. Thank you all for joining and chatting, and have a good night. And please remember to hit the old like button. Yeah, it helps. It does help. Stay out of the beaver ice cream and tractors and tractor porn. That'll be Neil Parish. That's his thing, isn't it? Still can't get over that. It's just bizarre. Hey, I'll look out for baby Ren's video. I'll let you know if it's up, what have you. I'll say I've sent a message, whatever, or tag you in or something. We'll see you all, folks, in the chat. Be well. See you, Marcus. See you. Take care. Hello, Matt. Night, Marcus, and all in the chat. Night. Right. I am going now. Toodaloo. Oh. Don't forget, our rewarding project. Where's the button? Oh, blimey, I can never find it. Oh, there it is. It's like a little cross in the corner. Oh, blimey, are you sure you want to stop streaming? Not really. But I'm blooming tired. So toodaloo. Not toodaloo. Toodaloo.